Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation,
And we know that this brainstorm.
Yourself after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one. Welcome to Brainstorm. Investing in the Democratic Republic of Congo, how to meet the challenge. This is the topic we're going to break down in this program. What does it take to invest in the Democratic Republic of Congo? In what sector is a long-lasting investment possible? And what are some challenges to meet for development which is a long-lasting? Please pay undivided attention to this program as we develop together with my guest on this platform. I'm honored to welcome him. His name is Manes Ananda. He is a businessman from the United States of America. He's also an entrepreneur. Hello, Ananda. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yes, I'm happy to welcome you.
Thank you very much.
Right. It's been a while you've been in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and we know that you have some knowledge on investments. So since we talk about investment in the Democratic Republic of Congo, how to meet the challenge. To take off in terms of development, DRC needs investment in all sectors. But before we get into it, I would like you to explain to us what is investment.
Real estate for about 10 years. I'm not here for business. I'm actually here for pleasure and spending time with friends. But investment would mean putting time, energy, or money into a project that has a promise of a return in the future.
Apart from the explanations provided by our guests on the platform, we'd like to watch this video that defines what investment is.
Investment is buying into something with value. To expand on this definition, we are buying into an asset or a type of instrument with intrinsic value. An investor invests into the future and hope that the investment will appreciate given time. Surprisingly, many investors are too casual with their investment. This group may have done their research in selecting good valuable stock, company or even property to invest in. The casual investor have a common problem. They do not know how to time their investment, and many may end up sitting on their investments when the market do not perform as expected. With their farm now and idling investment, they were likely to lose focus in carrying out some of their investment ideas. And when real good investment opportunity arises, their hands are tied, end up being a mediocre investor. Savvy investors take it one step further. They don't just make investment, they make good investments. Having done their homework, they will time themselves to get into the market during the right market cycle. And even when the market do not perform as what they expected, they will have a series of contingency plans on what to do next. In the next video, I will discuss about what is a good investment. With this understanding between an investment and a good investment, it will prepare you to be a savvy investor.
Okay, thank you. Local and foreign investment, which one is much needed in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
The domestic investment over a foreign investment, because I believe that too much foreign investment will draw most of the resources away from where they need to be, and a local or domestic investment will retain the resources in the local economy.
Is it relevant to talk about investment in the context of the rule of law?
There are some advantages. Certainly, there is the opportunity to create jobs and stimulate the economy. So a good blend of both foreign and domestic investment is necessary. However, I do believe that too much foreign investment will draw most of the resources away from the country.
What does it take to attract the foreign investment in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
An important subject, because without the rule of law, people are going to take the opportunity to cheat and steal, essentially do whatever they want to do to get what they want. And the rule of law will keep people in line, and it also allows for a level playing field.
Congo has been facing a numerous crises over the past decades. According to you, which sector could be targeted as priority for investment?
I think communication is key. Opening up the lines of communication with programs such as yours, open discussion about where we are, where we want to go, who might be interested in, and networking the right investors may take time, but certainly just by starting the conversation, one thing will lead to another, and then finding the right business partner so that it can be effective.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please watch this video that talks about some challenges just to meet for investment in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Founded before the country's independence, the international port of Matadi is one of the DRC's few access points to the sea. Day and night, employees unload containers full of imported products, heading for the markets of Kinshasa. Not much has changed since the creation of the port, and most of the equipment is now well out of date.
It's true that the National Transport Agency is still using equipment left over from the colonial period, but it's also true that we've got skilled workers who are really putting in a good shift.
With the election rapidly approaching, the improvement of port facilities is one of various issues vying for attention from politicians.
What I want us to do after the elections is to quickly renovate the port.
Once the trucks are fully loaded, it's time to start the long journey to Kinshasa. Heading in the opposite direction, trucks loaded with wood and minerals to be exported overseas. Not all complete the journey. This is one of the world's most dangerous roads. Manzesa uses the route several times every week.
I've seen many accidents on many occasions. People die in ways you can't imagine. Heads smashed in, parts scattered about. You see their guts and all that. That's the damage you get with these vehicles. It's serious.
Drivers have to pay a $10 toll to make use of the road. It's a lot of money in a country where most people get by on less than $2 a day. Aware of these issues, various candidates in this month's election are promising to sink billions of dollars into developing the country's infrastructure. It remains to be seen which of the candidates' claims have done the most to sway the country's 40 million strong electorate.
Looking at the foreign investment as a pattern, which sector could likely boost development?
Facts and data about the value of, for instance, the natural resources that are here, and using that knowledge to make appropriate decisions. Some of the money that's generated from that sector could be diverted into infrastructure, and some improvements with the electricity and water quality can also be a result of that.
As far as investment is concerned, what are some requirements to sign a win-win contract in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
For the most part, because technology is so important to the world, that being able to effectively manage the natural resources and the mining of these very valuable minerals is a strong way to have a global presence, and also a way where the local economy could be boosted by that global interest.
Technology is far advanced, which involves investment. Do you think that any project you will have will benefit the Congolese people?
It is important in business, and you need to be able to trust who you're working with, and without that trust, then problems arise. They end up not trusting the people that they're working with, and the communication breaks down and the relationship breaks down. Investment can definitely benefit people, especially if they're able to use some of the money that's generated from that sector and divert it to other sectors, such as the infrastructure. One topic that I've been discussing with my colleagues is waste removal. That seems to be an issue that over time has generated interest within and without. Certainly.
Yes, we talk about investment in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Please watch this video that explains some sectors which could be exploited for investments.
Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, is still ripe with potential for mining investment and growth. In our August issue, we take an in-depth look at mining in this key African mining destination. This includes current mining project developments in the country, OEM representation and participation in the region, and analyzing the latest information generated from the first ever DRC Mining Week digital event. But wait, there's more. We also focus on South African local mining equipment manufacturers, looking particularly at the advantages and capabilities South African OEMs have to offer the African mining market in terms of exports, and why local manufacture and legislative compliancy is crucial to securing business in South Africa. Put your brand directly in the hands of Africa's key mining decision makers by securing your advertising spot in the August edition of Mining Review Africa. Simply get in touch with us on the email address below and we will contact you to secure your position. Until next time, stay safe.
Do you think that with foreign investment, the Democratic Republic of Congo can reduce unemployment rates?
Yeah, I think that by, for instance, investing in solar power, it would take quite a bit of money initially, but it would also create an opportunity for jobs for local people to learn about how to harness the sun's power for electricity. And that would be something that would not only be an initial investment, but over time, the maintenance of the infrastructure would create jobs. Similarly, working with water quality, making an investment in the infrastructure will cost a lot in the beginning, but it's something that over time will help people. So I think finding the right people for those positions is certainly going to be challenging, but also offering opportunities for education will improve the situation. The foreign investors' mindset is to generate income for themselves and for their country. And so even though the Congolese people would benefit from that foreign investment, the majority of the resources that are generated from that investment will be diverted away from the local economy.
In which sector can you actually base your investments?
However, I know that the
to tell maybe a friend, somebody back home that
it seems it seems that 95% of the money that's generated from these exports comes from the natural resources. So most of the foreign investors are going to be interested in the natural resources, and by developing a system within the country to effectively manage those natural resources and generate the income that's required so that this investment can be spread out across other sectors such as the infrastructure.
We have a lot of Asian investment in Congo. Why are American people not much involved in infrastructures, agriculture, or even business?
About the violence that has occurred in this country, and so safety is a concern, for one. Also, it's not that easy to get to. It took, I think, 20 hours by plane for me to get here from New York City. So for an investor from the United States, they would have to be, I think, stationed here and have a real interest in what was going on.
Yes, we'd like to continue with this topic we discussed together on this program, but we'd like you to watch this video that explains how can one make money in different sectors in Democratic Republic of Congo.
Olivier Mugiete inherited this land in the highlands west of Kinshasa. Now he's pioneering the use of carbon credits, which allow business in the developed world to offset their emissions.
What we do here has the peculiarity that we can store carbon in our trees, and from the carbon storage, we can get so-called carbon credits.
And the more carbon stocks, the less damage to the ozone layer. Since 2008, at least 1,800 hectares of trees have been planted in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's hoped 2.4 million tonnes of carbon dioxide will be trapped in the DRC over the next 30 years. In exchange, landowners will receive funding from associations or corporate polluters.
The first customer is actually a French company called Aubeo, and is a joint venture between the chemical group Rhodia and Société Générale, and the other client is a specialised fund of the World Bank called the Biocarbon Fund.
The two customers have each bought 500,000 tonnes of carbon since 2009. But before the money's handed over, an independent expert will have to assess the results, a way of working the farmers don't always find easy.
For the first 2 years we worked without hindrance. We managed to meet the targets of 900 hectares a year, but now we have a small delay, which means a lack of funding to support us during the third year.
The project includes the planting of cassava and sale of charcoal. It helps to provide food and fuel for the Congolese population and has even reduced unemployment here by creating 350 jobs in the process.
What kind of investment is better, short, mid, or long-term investments?
Investments, because a short-term investment, though it will produce a return, oftentimes that return will get spent and you'll be back to square one immediately. A mid-term investment is something where you can see retain some of the qualities that a long-term investment would, and so you can enjoy those mid-term investments over the long period. Sometimes the long-term investments can be a little discouraging because you don't see a return for a very long time, and unless you're a large corporation that has those resources that you can put into a project such as that, most people I think would get too discouraged over time, not seeing a return on their investment. Looking into the future while understanding that the future is going to be the present at some point in time. And so by investing into the future, it creates a brighter present when we get there.
Congo has a tremendous potential in many sectors. When it comes to investment, what are some obstacles to it?
Would be an obstacle if you don't trust who you're working with. You're not going to want to invest. The wrong mindset, perhaps you're not clear on your intentions and why you are investing. The timing could be wrong. Some people are going to be too concerned about getting in at the wrong time or getting out at the wrong time, and it'll keep them from investing altogether. Fear of loss and lack of knowledge. Oftentimes these investments take a great deal of capital, and people don't want to take that risk oftentimes because they feel if the investment fails, then it will be detrimental to their business.
Which investment is likely to promote the development in society?
Well, from my experience, I've worked in real estate in the United States, and what I found was by spending the time and having the dedication to follow through on a project can really be a powerful way to achieve goals. Having the right mindset and working towards those goals and not giving up. And when you come across trouble, sometimes you need to take a step back and wait, and then sometimes you maybe need to push a little bit harder to achieve those goals, and sometimes we're not in charge.
Please watch this video that highlights some potentially Democratic Republic of Congo for investment.
Located in the heart of Africa and surrounded by 9 countries, the DRC, with an 80 million population, has a unique geostrategical position, making it an exceptional potential partner for major trades and investment opportunities. The liberalization of the energy and insurance industries, as well as joining the OADA organization, makes the DRC a very attractive business environment. Investing in the DRC today is a wise decision, and ANAPI is eager to assist you.
What does the future hold for investment in the world, particularly in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
The world is mainly interested in developing technology, and Congo has immense natural resources, especially in minerals that are valuable to the production of technology. And so by managing those resources effectively, the foreign investments will be attracted, and it will be a win-win situation.
Thank you for coming to this program. We are happy, ladies and gentlemen, after discussing this thought-provoking topic, investing in the Democratic Republic of Congo, how to meet a challenge. We hope that you enjoyed this program, and we'd like you to stay focused on the second national channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Electricity, computer science, innovation,
And we know that this brainstorm.
You yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one.